The time was the early 1990s. In the Nilphamari district, under Jaldaka police station, there was a village named Balagram. Back then there was no electricity, only kerosene lamps for light. Nights in the village meant eerie darkness, the constant chirping of crickets, and the distant hoot of owls from the bamboo groves. In Balagram, there was a small madrasa where a boy named Kokon studied. He was only 13 or 14 years old. His parents were poor, so after finishing primary school, they admitted him to that faraway madrasa. The madrasa had only 12 students and one teacher, the Huzur. He managed everything: teaching, prayers, discipline, and guidance. There was no kitchen there, so villagers took turns feeding the students. It was a Thursday in July. Since the next day was Friday, a holiday, most of the students went home. Only Kokon and his friend Zakir stayed behind. That night, after having dinner at a villager's home, they returned to the madrasa. After the Isha prayer, Huzur warned them before leaving for his own home. "I won't be here tonight. If anyone knocks on the door, don't open it. Opening the door to strangers can be very dangerous." That night, Kokon and Zakir lay down after dinner, chatting. The atmosphere outside had turned strange. The sky was glowing red, lightning flashed continuously, and thunder roared. It felt as though everything was visible without a torchlight. In that terrifying glow, they kept talking until sleep slowly overcame them. Late at night, suddenly loud knocking broke the silence. Tock, tock, tock. A voice called out, "Kokon, open the door!" The voice sounded exactly like their Huzur. Kokon jolted awake. Zakir was in deep sleep, hard to wake. Trembling with fear, Kokon opened the door. In the flash of lightning, he clearly saw Huzur was standing there. In a stern voice, Huzur said, "Come with me. There's a wedding feast. You'll get to eat." Though surprised, Kokon quickly put on his clothes. When he tried to wake Zakir, Huzur scolded him. "No need to wake him. Lock him inside and come with me." Believing it truly was Huzur, Kokon locked Zakir in and stepped outside. A van was waiting nearby. Huzur climbed on and Kokon followed. As soon as he sat down, Kokon smelled something foul, like rotting flesh. Yet Huzur always wore perfume. The stench was so unbearable that Kokon felt like vomiting, but he didn't dare say anything. The van rolled on. The path was unfamiliar, and time felt frozen. After what seemed like half an hour or more, the van stopped near an old cremation ground. The place was terrifying. On one side was the cremation ground, on another a dense forest surrounded by paddy fields. Lightning illuminated the ghostly scene. Huzur told Kokon to stand aside. "I'm bringing a corpse. You'll recite Surah Yasin. If you do, you'll earn 500 taka." Kokon froze. A boy of only 13 being given such a task. Huzur left with the van and returned shortly after. In the van was a large sack, blood dripping from it. Kokon could clearly see it was a corpse. Panting heavily, as if he had done hard labor, Huzur ordered, "Recite Surah Yasin." Kokon was terrified. He barely knew how to recite it. He was still learning. Afraid to disobey, he simply kept repeating, "Bismillahirrahmanirrahim." Suddenly, the corpse inside the sack moved. Its form began to change. Kokon's eyes widened in horror. It was his friend Zakir, whom he had locked inside the madrasa moments ago. Just as he was about to scream, Huzur began to laugh, a strange, distorted laugh. His voice grew deeper, his figure twisted. In seconds, Huzur was no longer human. He had turned into a monstrous black dog, huge and snarling, its sharp teeth glistening. The dog began to lick Zakir's corpse. Soon, more dogs emerged from the darkness, circling the body. Terrified, Kokon ran, chanting Bismillah, Bismillah with all his might. After running several hundred feet, he stumbled upon an old temple. In panic, he rushed inside and climbed onto a statue. But the dogs didn't stop. They entered the temple, barking furiously. Overcome with fear, Kokon fainted atop the statue. When he opened his eyes, he was at his own home. His body was covered in wounds, and his mother sat beside him, weeping. Confused, Kokon asked, "How did I get here?" Through tears, his mother replied, "They found you unconscious near the cremation ground, and Zakir, he was found dead near the madrasa." Kokon was speechless. He thought perhaps it had all been a nightmare, but the injuries on his body proved it had really happened. Later, rumors spread through the village it was the work of jinn, for jinn can take human form and deceive people. Their real target had been Huzur. A few months later, Huzur himself died in a mysterious road accident. To this day, the villagers believe that night at Balagram's madrasa was the work of jinn, a night that claimed young Zakir's life and left Kokon haunted forever by the most dreadful memory of his childhood.